How y'all doing? I'm Joshua Wiley, and you see the title of the video. Is Charleston White an agent of chaos? Or does he really love the community? Is he an agent of chaos, or does he really love the community? I'm gonna give my 2 cents. Now, I sat back, and like many of you, the first time I heard Charleston, once he stepped on the scene, I said, okay, this guy got a message, right? I like what he's saying. And I thought the video was funny when he was sitting in front of the police station years ago. His dreads was real long. And he was like, yo, I'm about to, these guys looking for me. Tell them I'm at the police precinct, da-da-da. I thought it was funny. You know what I mean? But, like they say, you let somebody talk long enough and the truth is going to come out. And I got a question. I started to see, it really started to come out after he started getting a little shine, and he did a whole bunch of videos down in Florida when he was in Florida, either at a beach house or something. He was down there, and I was like, and he was like, yo, I'm turned up. He had a rope. He's like, I was in the club and I was with this rapper and I was with this person and da-da-da, and I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm watching. You going against the narrative now. You can't criticize the young guys for running the streets, doing what they doing, so they can get the beach house, do the clubbing, hanging out with celebrities, things of that nature. And then you get a little change and a little fame and you start doing it too. So I started sitting back, okay. But that didn't make me knock them, because I know how I would get. And oftentimes I place myself in other people's positions of predicament. And I'm like, if I get a little money, I might do a little shine and go rent me a little kind on the beach, have fun, step out a little bit with my brothers, and enjoy life a little bit. So I didn't wash my hands of them then. With me, it came when he started disrespecting the dead, especially DMX. DMX and Pimp C on some real. 2 of my favorite artists of all time. But DMX, if any of you look through my videos, I had a personal connection with X. And so when you disrespecting the dead, everybody could see that X clearly wasn't on that stuff like he used to be when he passed away. You know what I'm saying? And let's just say he was. Now, I know some people don't even like saying that, and I don't either, but let's just say he was, right? Because Charleston is always speaking of church and God, always talking about he's there on Sundays and Wednesdays. He says he's for the community and for the people, but you're rolling up a blunt. You're always talking about being in the club and doing certain things. I don't know if you're talking about getting your sip on, but you're rolling up a blunt and you're criticizing a man who used to have a habit of crack that he shared to the world. It wasn't like somebody exposed him. X shared that to the world. That's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? In God's eyes, the person who smokes crack or does a line of cocaine or does meth, smokes a cigarette, prostitute, is no different than the person who smokes a blunt. There is no difference in God's eyes. You're all sinners. There isn't one above the other, like, oh, I can criticize this guy for smoking crack, but while I'm twisting my blunt. And I keep saying that because that's what you was doing. When you was talking about DMX, you was rolling up a blunt at the same time. And I'm like, look at this fool. You gonna criticize him for his bad habits, you know what I'm saying? But you got him too. And in God's eyes, you're no different. But anyway, so if you saw, I did a video on X and Lil Nas X. And I talked about Charleston White in that video, but I just recently saw on Hip Hop Verified, which I respect and like your channel, where him and Wack was talking, and I said, you know what, I gotta say something, because I'm gonna be real with y'all. Certain people are placed in positions, they're placed in positions and to show your ugliness, not to heal you. And I'm saying this a certain way because I want to be clear. Not to heal you, but to exploit you. See, a lot of times if you listen to Charleston, he'll say, you dumb mother. and he'll say, I'm in character. The old heads, a lot of old heads will peep them out and see the game. But a lot of young ones get lost in the sauce because I'm not going to lie. Like I said, a lot of the things he said had some truth to him and some weight to him. You know, and that's what made me listen to him at first. I was like, okay, he really spitting some facts about gang culture and how blacks, you know, were always turned against each other. But he also say a whole bunch of divisive BS that creates division. Here's the agent of chaos. Here's the exploitation. He's not trying to heal the community. Just exploit it. You listen to his story. He might have at once did some stuff for the community, you know, because I'm a child of the system also. I'm a child of the system. And sometimes when you get out, say you get in trouble doing something, it looks good on your resume that you go and do this for the community as far as teen homes. And I'm not going to say that I know his earlier motivation, because I don't. He might have really wanted to change the neighborhood. And he brings that up a lot. Things that he did in the past to help this, and laws he passed here. And he spoke to this group here. And some of it may be exaggerated, some not. But I can't say I know his motivation back then. He might have had an earnest heart to change the community. But he also, if you listen to what he said, he also had a yearning for the fame and attention, because he often criticized a lot. He said, don't nobody want to hear about the guy who this, or don't nobody want to pay. Right there I said, okay, are you doing it for the attention from the world? Because if you're doing something for the attention from the world and you don't get it, you kind of develop a hate or a criticism. And as you notice, he stopped doing it. And so he says he created this character that gets him the attention that he craves, that he yearns for. That tension, like we all know, especially on social media, can become a high and a drug. Look, y'all. When you look at the story and everything, you can see it clear. The truth that he speaks concerning gang culture and things of that nature, some of the truth, because some of it is just hate and exaggerated lies, but some of the truth that he speaks, he noticed when he was doing his Facebook Live, like, wow, I can get people on my side with this truth I'm speaking, and it's gaining me some attention, because I'm coming at my brothers with some truth. I'm coming at them with some truth. But his personal insecure, I did a lot of time with little cats like Charleston. And you can see that he's dripped in insecurity as a man. He criticizes a lot of the gangs and the big dogs because he used to want to be one. And he never really could be one. That's why he don't have a, let's just say, I ain't going to speak on him not having an eye and things of that nature, but let me, in that John, when you in prison and you in lockup, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't really about these and can't handle your own, you're gonna get treated a certain way. And I'm not saying that Charleston was treated a certain way, but it comes out in his anger and his hate towards his own kind. You can criticize, but let's just say you can't criticize and hate the people that you wish to heal. Let me say that again, because there's two different criticisms. You can criticize in love and you can criticize in hate. And you can't criticize in hate the people that you wish to heal. Now I want to bring my father into it. Let's bring the Bible into it. Paul even says you can have all the things in the world. You could have changed the law. You could have for this young group of people, or you could have did this for this little group of people. You could have spoke every night on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays for this little group of young people. But if you lack love, then you have nothing. You have nothing. and he'll tell you, he say, man, I spit what I spit and I say what I say online for shock value. He often says, I'm in character, and we're going to get into that. That's his excuse, right? Because he criticizes, and when I'm listening to him talking about when he got into it with Wack, and salute the Wack, I respect Wack on a lot of different levels, you know what I'm saying? And but when he was talking about Slim and he told him rest in piss, is that a man who brags? Is that the man who brags about going to church on Sunday and Wednesday? Is that the man who boasts about wanting to change the community? Or like he admits out of his own mouth? That's the shock value, and he'll say, that's my character. I'm saying that for my character. But you criticize rappers when they're in their character, when they're trying to get the same thing you are longing for. The attention, the money, the fame. Like I said, when I first saw you down in Miami, I think it was sometime last year, and you're in that condo and you feeling good. You said, I was in the club last night with this celebrity and this gangster rapper. The people you criticize the ones who do it in real life, but you was feeling good because they showing you love though. Oh, you only criticize, a certain ones? But anyway, because like I said, look, there's an old trick that the devil knows. When I say he got me to first listen to him because he was giving truth. I used to always say, the devil will give you 90% orange juice with 10% cyanide in that cup. So when you drink the orange juice, you're like, man, this good juice. This orange juice fire. It's fire. But you also drinking the cyanide. Is he an agent of destruction? Is he an agent of chaos? Well, I'll tell you, he's not here to heal the community. Not at all. Because you can't heal people that you're still hurting. I want to say it like this. He hasn't hid his affiliation with law enforcement. Things of that nature. He hasn't hid it. And this is just to throw something out there. Sometimes people are backed by higher forces. And I ain't talking about the Lord. I'm talking about some people with certain money in certain areas, with big money in certain areas, who want and promote the ugliness of our people. Now I'm the first. How he got me is I'm one of the first ones that's not gonna make an excuse for Negro out here killing his own. Matter of fact, I used to tell people all the time, just like the saying Pac used to say. That's why it's on the forefront of my mind. When Pac said, it's not the white man I should, they said it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here. Y'all know I don't make excuses for myself, and I don't make excuses for nobody else. So it ain't like I'm saying, oh, he talking bad about black people. No, because we need to take accountability for how we are. Okay? Like I said, that's how he got me. And the reason I had to make a video, because I hear a lot of people say, well, he was speaking truth. He was speaking facts. This is on the last video I saw on Hip Hop Verified. Like I said, respect to your channel. And he was like, oh, he's speaking truth. He's speaking facts. But you drinking the cyanide. You missing. He was placed. I personally believe he's getting backed by some high dollars. He is strategically put in place to do what he's doing to exploit the ugliness of our characters. So they will always be able to see, yep, that's them black folk I told you about. Look how they act. Now we do need to hold ourselves accountable and clean up the mess that we do and things of that nature. But I'm going to just touch on gang culture. Because like I say, I was never in the gangs. But as a child of the system, I always got mad love from the OGs to the young boys because I minded my own. You know what I'm saying? And I was too stubborn to be in the gang. Can't nobody tell me nothing what to do. And for real, I had one guy tell me one time, he said, Josh, we want to, you know, I like the way you carry yourself. You run by yourself. You hold your own. You mind your business. You solid. But, after we jump you in and I stopped him. I said, look, ain't nobody putting their hands on me. We'll fight every day. And I mean that. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I'm like, one thing I know is as because me and my brothers is just about family, like my brothers, like you know how we grew up. Every place that we known, they know it's just me and my brothers, and we ain't no gang. We about family and just real life. We was those kids that was never really given that fair shake, but we didn't use it as no excuse to fail. You know what I'm saying? But I had a lot of friends who were all in gang culture and gang life, and this is one thing we know. A lot of them weren't in it by choice. And we say everybody has a choice, but when you got a young guy in the hood and he tired of getting beat up, things of that nature, going to the corner store, going here, I don't make excuses for people, but some people are born into it. Some people choose it out of fear. Some people, things of that nature. And who am I? All the dirt I did in my life, who am I to criticize the next man? I can say certain things are wrong, but I have a level of passion and understanding and empathy, because here I did my own dirt. And for Charleston White to point, y'all gotta ask yourself, he points to heavily, you just, a guy passed away, Slim. And I wasn't too familiar with Slim, like real talk. I've been out of the loop for a long time, you know, doing my thing. I rarely even watch TV, none of that. I'm the cave. I'm always outside doing stuff, you know. I'm that physical type of guy, working out, always outside, listening to my music on it. But anyway, you say rest in piss. And then I heard you tell on Hip Hop Verified, you said, well, I didn't know, you know, you like to say somebody's real name to take away from the fact that you just demean their whole character and things, because you say, oh, they're in their character, but you and your character promotes violence, promotes people to fight. Come down to Texas, I'll kill you, and if I can't kill you, I'm gonna call the police on you. Your character promotes violence, pushes buttons for people for the violence. But you lie, you say things for shock value, because you even said on Hip Hop Verified, man, these just lies. I'm just saying this because it's my character. But you criticize Slim, you criticize Nipsey Hussle for them being in their character, and then after you criticize them, you say their real name so the people don't get too mad at you. Well, such and such, that's who I was trying to get to know. Do you know him? See, it's all the game. You playing a magician's game. That time, that's what I say. And you good at what you do. You good at what you do. You good at what you do. And I see it. But everybody isn't drinking the cyanide in the orange juice. You're an agent of chaos. You're an agent, because how could somebody who joined the gang himself not have no empathy and compassion on another man? And this is where Paul said, if you could do all of these things. I changed 150 million laws. I spoke to the community 80,000 times. But if you lack love, you have nothing. And you've done nothing. Like I said, you bashed the dead. You just told this guy who passed away, rest in piss. How can somebody say rest in piss to somebody who wasn't even killed over gang? It didn't have nothing to do with gang culture. That was something personal that Slim died over. So that's like, so anybody else in the street who may have done dirt in their life, so say like me, been locked up 27 times, little stuff and big stuff. 27, was even warned they was going to charge me as a career criminal if I didn't change. I was like, what? And that was motivation to change. But anyway, 27 times. So if I get killed, are you just going to automatically assume it was over gang culture on old Josh? Is that what it's going to be too? You going to be the main one? Point, because I told y'all there's different criticism. You got criticism in hate, criticism in love, criticism to heal, criticism to exploit. Everybody think with me. We all know people who will criticize you, point out your wrongdoings, not to heal you, not because they love you, just to exploit you because they really don't like you at all. And I see it in Charleston. He don't like, because he wanted to be the cool guy. I met them guys. I was locked up with them guys, you know, and they turned into the worst haters. The guys who, they wanted to be the cool guy. They wanted to be the big guy on campus, and they never was given that chance. So the minute they get a soapbox, they coming after the guys that they always used to want to be. Listen to his story. He'll tell you, man, I heard this from my uncles. I heard this. See, you the foolish one, because I'm a child of the system, born and raised in a dope house, boy. I got thoughts of me I deal with every day, right? First time I went to the penitentiary was to see my uncle Gregory, who I love and looked up to as my dad at this time. My mama and them knew I loved them, so while they going to visit them, my first time seeing them big old fences and gates, sitting in the little kids where they let the little kids, and I'm coloring him pictures and drawing him pictures. I'm looking at it as I'm telling you. He coming out in a white suit, swole like a monster, to pick me up, throw me up and hug me. And I got to give him the pictures and tell him, Uncle Gregory, I love you. My first time in prison. So I'm a child of the system. But see, here's the difference. Because I truly did grow up in hell, I looked up to Bill Cosby. And some people might say, oh, you looked up to the pill guy? Yeah, go ahead and say that if you want. But if you know what I'm talking about. That TV, I saw a family and how things should be. So you use that excuse. I listened to your story, bro. And you use that excuse. Oh, my uncles glorified this and people glorified that. And we always glorify this. Yes, it's glorified through the music and through all of that for an agenda, right? To fill up the private prison systems. We all know that. But then when did you take accountability as a man? Because you admitted to raping women? I guess that's excusable, right? Someone who admits to raping white women when they were young. If you listen to the interview when Wack 100 kept bringing that up, which salute to the OG for bringing that up, to someone who to admit it and kept saying, oh, I was young. But bro, you publicly admitted to raping white women, and then you didn't even deny it when Wack kept bringing it up several times. I was waiting on you to say, nah, man, I was just saying that. I just said that for shock value. You never did. For somebody to say that, you gonna criticize Slim? So you telling me somebody who might rob somebody of their coat is worse than you, the rapist? What? Somebody who might sell some dope, something that a crackhead is willingly coming to get from him. And my aunts, uncles, and my own dad was crackheads, bro. And they willingly went to get it. If they didn't get it from this man, they would have went and got it from this man or that man. I like when my dad said one time, he said I was an anything user. Anything I could get my hands on. I grew up doing certain licks with my family. Understand, bro? So are you saying that person who's selling dope is worse than the rapist? Who admitted to raping white women as a teenager or as young, wherever you try to excuse it? If anybody, that's why I said you lack empathy. That's why I'm like, no, there's more to it. You're strategically placed to exploit. And not only are you're here to exploit the ugliness of the culture, you're not here to heal it. See, somebody, and I've said this in my ministry a million times. I said this in my ministry a million times, and I'll always say it. If you're not coming with a solution, you can't speak on the problem. Let me say it again. If you're not coming with a solution, you can't speak on the problem. Look, I done touched on some of the subjects, right? And like I say, you can't, like you did with Mom James. I'm going to tell you, this is why I say your insecurities and is shining through. You're less than a man. You're not a thoroughbred, bro. When like RZA Islam, Rizza Islam, salute to my brother, can pinpoint, but he criticizes out of love, and he can criticize gang culture. He can criticize the community, but he does it out of love, and then he promotes the solution. There's a big difference. You criticize out of hate to exploit and show the ugliness because it makes you feel good. And then you get addicted. You're addicted to the shock value. So when you're not getting the attention you want, you'll just say something crazy off the wall because you want that attention. Like what you did with Mob James. What you did with Mob James. You secretly recording. These men are allowing you. He's there. Y'all talking, supposed to be having this discussion. You start recording because you know you're about to push some buttons. You're gonna do it on purpose. Like I said, you want that shock value, plus you want the footage. So you're exploiting. You wanted the world to see the ugliness of Mob James. I've had people come like you. The devil sends people like you to somebody like me and Mob James. Everybody knows I got a temper and things of that nature with my anger. Like one of my neighbors down there, the night of the Wilder fight, you know, I often laugh because they feel like even though Wilder was cheating, even though Fury got a 16-second count, like Joe Rogan even admitted, you know, I guess him and his party thought that it was going to be the same thing. You know, they can go Tyson Fury on every brother out there. But let's just say when the whole party got shut down because Josh stayed, you know, I'm in Guntucky. I'm in Guntucky. And yeah, I can tote one of them things. And so this whole party of people end up calling the cops on little old me. And like when the cop came, he said, Josh, because they already know me, especially my name, address, pull up. They know what I'm about. He said, they started with you, didn't they? It's like, yeah, they started with me. He said, yeah, they even said that you pulled out after something happened with the dude. I won't even say on camera. But I'm like, yeah. He said, I said, but what they fail to realize, this Guntucky, we all strapped. Cop started laughing. He said, that's true. Look, bro, I don't even know why I went there. But I'm going to just say it like this. You're the last, when I say you're an agent of chaos, you come with no solutions. Your criticism is only to hate and not heal. Meaning, you're a part of the problem also. Oh, that's right. Like I said with Mob James. And trying to exploit and expose the ugliness in him. Like I said, the devil, that's what I was getting at. The devil, like I said, will bring people our way. Not your way. You're not a thoroughbred. But the devil will bring people, when people know you have a certain weakness, like your temper or your anger, they'll, like a feminine, and I don't even want to just say, like, because females know not to even poke and prod, but like a little feminine agitator, I'm going to poke the bear, because I'm recording. And so when the bear shows the ugly side of himself, then I'm going to say, see, I told you. See, because even when listening with the Mob James situation, when James got up, I could hear you in the background. Yeah, you was crunking loud. Go back and listen to the tape, y'all, because he was crunking loud, but when James got up ready to put his hands on them, come on, James. Calm down, James. James, I'm standing on what I believe too, like you. Then you wanted to, then you was willing to, no, James, I was standing, your whole tone changed. You always, I ride by myself. I don't need no security. Bro, you playing this dangerous game because your job isn't to heal, it's to exploit. And I had to make this video because I see so many people always talking about, he's speaking facts. He's speaking some facts. But he's also an agent of chaos and destruction. He's not trying to heal at all. Like I say, I remember when the cities took away all the community centers, started shutting them down. I even did my homework about it in Chicago. Is it ironic that once the violence in Chicago increased, once all the community centers started being shut down, things of that nature? Right here in Tennessee, in a certain part of Tennessee, when I did live in Tennessee, Tennessee, I'm at the part with Tennessee and Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? So when I first moved to Tennessee, I remember years ago going to the community center and they asking me for money for an ID card. And I saw the lady turn away 3 little boys. And I told the little boys I had $6 in my pocket and I didn't work. I didn't work or nothing. I had $6 in my pocket. I was gonna get me some cigarettes and a beer after I played some ball. And the IDs was $3 each. I asked her. I said, look, because I had just paid for mine. I said, look, can I get mine back? She said, no. I done ran off a picture for you because you had to take your picture once you paid the $3. She said, why? I said, because I stopped the little boys. And they actually got excited because they're like, wow, he gonna pay? Because I'm thinking, of course she'll let me just throw away my little badge and whatever. She told me no. I said, are you kidding me? I said, that don't make exactly $9 for each of these little boys. She said no. She turned them away. So them little boys, let's just go hypothetical. So them little boys who just like you will go back listening to the uncles in the streets and going to the streets because they see all this hate that they're getting just trying to be positive and go play some basketball. But let's say they make some bad choices in life and wind up in a gang or doing some things. There's no empathy. Oh, it's excusable for you as a child to go in a gang, but not someone else? I don't hear you. How long are you just going to keep talking about gang culture? Where's the solutions? Or you just, like I say, you make excuse for you being in character. Oh man, I'm just saying this because that's what the people want. I'm lying and I'm in character like Dolomite. Like you like to say, I'm like Dolomite. So another rapper can't be in character like Capone? It's rest in piss on him. Rest in piss on him playing a character to get attention and fame. That's rest in piss. But for you, it's okay. Oh, and I notice whenever people start getting real with you, you bring up, oh no, I just said that in character. See, that's the type of person to throw the rock. You gonna throw heavy rocks. I'm gonna talk all this big boy stuff. I'm gonna talk all this big boy stuff. And then, no man, I'm in character. I'm in character. But if you want to take it there, you playing victim like a little girl. You're agent of chaos and destruction. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you ain't getting paid by some elites to run a certain agenda just to exploit and show the ugliness. Like we found out. I used to watch them little pranks where the little boys would, the white guys would run up in certain neighborhoods and always go up to brothers on the street corner and say crazy stuff. Now some do it just for the YouTube and the views, but some were getting paid to exploit black culture and to make us look like animals. And we do a good job doing it ourselves. Oh, trust, believe, we do. Because like Tupac said, they said it's the white man I should fear, but it was my own kind doing all the killing here. But they were intentionally sent out to exploit the ugliness, not to heal it like you. Bro, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite in the worst form. You're exploiting, getting paid, you love the attention, you love the dopamine that you get from the shock value. You know, you're an agent. You're an agent. I know you're getting back, bro. You often speak about how you change certain laws, how you're buddy with the police. Oh, trust me. I know they've had to talk to you. They love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing there, Charleston. You're a good guy. I love what you do. Here's that little money on the side. You keep doing what you're doing there, buddy. You're doing an awesome job. Yeah, we love the footage that you got on Mob James. And then, not only did you take the footage, not only did you poke the bear, but you were ready to call the cops on us and give us an excuse to come down here and lock him up and do some dirt on him. You know, we thank you, Charles. You're doing so much for your culture. Because your culture ain't to heal. That's why you only speak on gang culture. Why not talk about the closings of all these community centers? Why not hold fundraisers to open some back up and let it be funded by the neighborhood where little kids don't have to pay a fee to enter? Because me and my brother, if Moffett Center at Asheville, North Carolina, And I love all the friends I met at Montfort that we still friends to this day. But Montfort Center was a blessing to me and my brother. And if they would have had us had to pay a fee, we wouldn't even afforded it. I was so poor. I remember at basketball practice, because I played for the city, I remember running suicides. And one time I slid. If you know suicides, you run to the free throw line, you run back to the thing. Run to the top of the little 3-point, run back to the thing. Run to the circle right before the half, run back to the thing. Run to, so we doing so, and I'm sitting hitting my foot so hard, my foot slid out the side of my shoes. A couple people started to laugh, but people really didn't laugh because they knew I was poor, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I would have had to pay a fee to get into the community center, me and my little brother Jason, it wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't have been able to get in like they do other kids today. And some people might say, well, who kids can't afford it? Not all kids are wearing Jordans and things of that nature. Yes, some do, but a lot of kids aren't. Let's talk about all that stuff. After school programs are gone. All this stuff is gone. But I guess it's just still the gang members' fault, huh? For how his community turned out, huh? It ain't got nothing to do with the broken homes. How about we start the homes? How about you use your platform to just help young men transition from prison life to being a normal man? And by the way, we're starting a podcast called Family Unit, where we just give practical advice on brothers like myself who were shell-shocked as children and were never taught about credit, never taught about just simple things in life and becoming a regular, normal citizen. But can I reach people that I'm criticizing and hate? Especially when I've admitted to doing way worse, you rapists. How can you brag about raping white women when you were younger, but then you telling other people that they the worst things on earth? Brother, you part of the problem. Because all you doing is exploiting the ugliness of the culture. You're not trying to heal it at all. And see what you do is, and I'm gonna end it right here. And what you do is, like I say, you'll speak the truth. You'll speak some truth and say, yeah, blacks do this, blacks do that, blacks do this, blacks do that. And then you'll bring up stuff you did in the past. Yeah, I got this law passed. I spoke here. I spoke there. I spoke here. I spoke there. I did this. I did that. But what are you doing right now? Oh, you're in character like you say. But in character for who? You're getting paid on the back end. You're getting paid to exploit the ugliness of our culture. Not to heal it. What happened? Why aren't you getting paid to heal it? There's a big difference between exploiting and healing. Brothers, see right now, and you don't care about healing. You know, brothers in the hood are not gonna follow you and listen to you. Why? Because you lack love and empathy. And by your own admission in your own life story, you're no better than any of us. No better than any of us. But you're the worst one pointing the finger. Like I say, you're not pointing the finger in love. Your criticism isn't in love to heal, because then people could take it. I'm not down in your message, bro. I'm down in I'm not down in the 40% of your message. I'm down in the 60% BS. Come here, I'ma kill you. I'ma do this, I'ma kill you. And if I can't kill you, I'ma call the police on you. What kind of man is that? You gonna push and provoke a bear? And when that bear hits you, take a chunk out you gonna call the forest rangers on them? But you were the main one. The bear chilling. Ain't mess with nobody. Just pawing at you. Get on and get away. And you're, get up. You that little annoying kid that poke and prod the animal, and then when the animal just swipe it, then you, that animal did this. And then they come and they shoot and kill the animal. And you're like, yeah, mommy, yeah, that mean no animal. And the whole time you smiling, that mean no. Look, you smiling, you like, yeah, mommy, while your mom holding you, that mean no animal. Smiling like a little demon child. That mean old animal. Like I say, the devil sends people like you my way all the time. And I always knew it, and I hate when I fall for it. I be like, man, they push my buttons. And when the ugliness come out, you know, when I have a whole house party of people call the law on little old Josh, oh yeah, I'm on go. You don't want to go there with the physical and all that. You don't want to do that. I don't even make money off of YouTube or none of that. And you ain't got as much guns and firepower as me. Listen. Anyway, that's you. The devil sends people like you. Except you're doing it to the whole culture. It's just not doing it on a personal level. Like I said, I used to feel bad. Like, man, I fell for it. You know, somebody will cross my path and they know my temper is on go. They know my anger. And then when I show the ugly side of me, then they say, see, got him. You doing that to the whole culture. And somebody's paying you to do it. Man, keep an eye. Look, y'all don't have to like what I'm saying. Y'all don't have to agree. I see them though. And it is what it is. Y'all have a good one.